I ranked all 31 goals and 14 assists from Suarez's 13-14 season from worst to best, starting off the season banned for taste testing an opponent,
so good and tasty,
and pushing for a move to Arsenal after their 40 million and £1 bid.
I have no money!
It would take a miracle to make these facts simply footnotes in an otherwise spectacular season. Yet here we are. Welcome back to Ice Pack Sports, the internet's coldest football show. I'm your host Ian, and today we're back ranking one of football's most iconic campaigns, a season that saw 45 contributions for an unremarkable Liverpool side, whilst banned the first 5 matches and without scoring a single penalty. Suarez's cannibalization of the Premier League. In dead last, we've got a compilation of failed clearances from Stoke City that prove that Suarez does indeed pass football's greatest test.
You have to show it in a winning night in Stoke.
And keeping Mark Wilson company, Suarez's failed header glanced the ball onto Coutinho for an easy finish. Getting an assist for this is the biggest stretch since Barca tried to jail Coutinho for being a flop. Flopping may not be a crime worthy of jail time, but any FIFA players out there will agree that sweaty goals like these absolutely are. The passes leading up to the goal were getting better and better, but Suarez's involvement remained the same, just tapping it home. Sturridge even showed off their seemingly telepathic connection with a back heel that cut through traffic like Rudiger running 5 minutes late for training. To prove he's not just some poacher, Suarez threw it in reverse, becoming the sweater instead of the sweaty, opting for the pass despite going for the goals record to try and pay Sturridge back for the incident.
You accidentally walked in on Luis Suarez in the shower the other day. What was that like?
That wasn't nice, that wasn't. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Sturridge may have felt like the one out of luck, but this defender would have other opinions, deflecting into his own net for the second time in the same game. Unfortunately for West Ham, the only man capable of stopping this shot was the one shooting it. If you felt bad for the last keeper, this next one's situation even had Suarez himself feeling bad. The only sniff of support he had was his teammate getting his pants pulled down in the build-up 30 feet from the net. And yet again, we've got Suarez in acres of space running at the goalkeeper, this time getting past with the rudest body feint since Dino sent that pitch invader right back into the stands. But when he doesn't have room in the box, he still remains as composed as Ali G talking to the Beckhams.
You is the best at footy, so you get posh. So does Sporty Spice go out with someone from Scunthorpe United? Is he trying to say Scunthorpe is not a good team?
Yes.
That is a horrible thing to say about them.
Even after slipping, he kept his cool and got the job done, unlike a certain Liverpool player that I refuse to name for my own safety. Suarez isn't a part of the mafia as far as I'm aware, but with these clips, he might as well be. These assists show that he definitely has some crosses worth their weight in gold. And like he did with the cutbacks, he had to prove that he's just as effective on the receiving end of crosses too. At least he didn't make the same mistake as Haaland and post a picture of himself with a plain reference on 9/11. Now for all you passing merchants at home, I'm sure those crosses didn't do anything for you, so we've got 3 thread the needle passes that can hopefully get you up off your seat. And you might as well keep your popcorn out, cause it's just starting to get real. Starting with a run that put 2 defenders right to sleep, and with the way that he had these men falling for him, maybe Homer's pronunciation was right.
Look at this country! You are gay.
The way Suarez rips shots from anywhere shows a level of confidence, or delusion, only matched by Arsenal thinking that 1 extra pound would tip the transfer in their favour. And like Arsenal signing Suarez, the Spurs defenders did what they do best and bottled their chance of getting their hands on him. At least Arsenal did eventually sign Suarez from Barca.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
For this next goal, Suarez busted out the samba, dancing on the ball before putting in an inch-perfect cross for Sturridge, making the defenders look as stupid as that time he forgot goalkeepers can use their hands. And with yet another inch-perfect pass to Sturridge, their partnership was improving as rapidly as Sturridge's dancing abilities. What was not improving, however, was Cardiff's defence. With his 7th contribution against them in just 2 matches, they were having as much trouble containing Suarez as United's PR team with their never-ending list of controversies.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
And like United trying to uphold their strict no dickheads policy, Suarez made a mockery of Tottenham's attempts of upholding a high line. Holding a high line against Suarez is ill-advised, but this goal shows that even a low block is completely pointless. The slightest sight of net, and Suarez will make the most of the opportunity, like Snickers after his run-in with Chiellini. Gotta give it to the defenders for trying, but at this point, anyone who thinks they have a shot of stopping Suarez is as delusional as Rubiales' mother, going on a hunger strike in defense of her son for sexually assaulting somebody on live TV. In Rubiales' mom's case, after only 48 hours, the hunger struck back. But these defenders didn't bother, with Suarez proving once again that when he gets going, there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop him. Next up, we have one of the greatest assists in football history from a legend of the game, Ali Sissoko. Sure, the rocket of a header from nearly outside the box was cool and all, but the true star of the show was the fever for the Flava icon himself, a man who I've missed so dearly. Now before we get into the top 5, quick reminder to subscribe, as each subscriber represents a fan in the Ice Pack Stadium, and I dream of filling the biggest stadium in the world. We currently reside in the Estadio Regional de Chinchiwe in Chile, but as soon as we outgrow it, we can move on to something even more exciting, so let's push for that upgrade. In 5th place, we had his perfectly placed free kick against Norwich, which had everyone, including the commentator, rightfully acting up.
Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. I tell you what, I might kill myself if somebody made that on me.
In 4th, we have another free kick, this time against Everton from even further. Poor Americans who tuned in to see their Lord and Savior Tim Howard just to be met by this freak. In 3rd, you won't believe it, but we've got another free kick, this time against Hull City from even further. By this point, he's making 30-yard free kicks look like he's just clocking in for his day job. In 2nd place, we've got another goal from the same game against Norwich as our 5th place, featuring a beautiful touch around the defender and a rocket of a half volley that had the best connection I've seen since Sergio Ramos and Jesus Navas. And finally, for the top spot, we have an unbelievably ambitious volley that flew in with a level of accuracy we haven't seen since that bird violated Ashley Young.
A bird did not poo in your mouth.
No, it didn't happen.
It definitely happened.
It didn't happen.
Honestly.
And like Ashley Young, you can deny it all you want, but this goal was also from that same game against Norwich. And that wraps up our list. Coming off the back of the Holland season, I had high expectations for this one, and he met them with flying colors. Let me know in the comments which iconic season you'd like to see next, and as always, thanks for watching and stay icy.